Give me 1 second, sir. So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to be appointing Henry Jacobs to represent you in this case, sir. You also have an attorney sitting next to you right now to assist you in these proceedings.
Thank you.
The state of Arizona is asking for a $5,000 bond. Mr. Salas, do you want to be heard, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. We would ask that you lower the bond to a more nominal amount. Mr. Smith is a lifelong resident of the community, and while this was another alleged attack on a healthcare, or sorry, on a firefighter EMT, he is employed part-time, does have housing available in town.
All right, I'm going to go with the state's recommendation of the $5,000 bond. Set court for May 18th, sir, at 1:30 p.m. That court is unlikely to go, sir, so please speak to your attorney regarding what to expect in the upcoming weeks, sir. With that, for you're excused.
Tom Smith, let's get you back to the
Yes, 5,000.
Section.
Your name, please, sir.
James Anthony Temby.
Mr. Tembe, this is the time of your initial appearance. You are presumed innocent. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to hire counsel, sir. I'm seeing you here, sir, on a review hearing, it appears, from Cochise County. Give me 1 second, sir.
Okay.
Looks like you're only here for a warrant out of Cochise County, actually. So, sir, I'm going to set a court date, sir, for May 12th.
Okay.
Cochise County is asking that I impose a $10,000 bond. I'm going to do that, sir. They have 72 hours to pick you up.
I just posted bond. And Your Honor, I just posted the bond.
You posted bond for
For this, for Cochise County and for Pima County. I posted it this morning or last night.
jail. Do you have any information on that?
Um,
Hold on, sir. I see that he's not being held on. I see that there's a failure to appear. It says bond type hold without bond amount 0. Then I'm getting an indication that Cochise County wants me to hold him on a $10,000 bond.
yeah, I bonded out on that one
Mr. Tembe,
already.
hold on, Mr. Tembe, let's not talk right now, sir. I want to know if the jail can give me any information.
Sorry, the jail's trying to, hold on, Your Honor. So
Tier 4 before they get released, we brought him for warning, so the warrant, he was booked on that case.
okay.
It's a felony, they don't have 72 hours until for missing.
Okay, so the jail is indicating that he did in fact bond out on the charges that he was being held on at the time. However, this warrant is unrelated to what he bonded out on. So my understanding is when they ran that to process him out, they realized he had another warrant.
All right, and this warrant is the warrant for $10,000 bond from Cochise County. All right. So, sir, I'm not sure what bond you posted. I don't have that in front of me anymore. You can ask the jail about that. I am going to, sir, set a review hearing for May 12th at 9 a.m. Hold you on that $10,000 bond that Cochise County asked for. If you post that bond, sir, you're going to need to get a hold of Cochise County Superior Court to make sure you can understand when your court date is, sir. Otherwise, if you're not picked up, the next 72 hours, sir. We'll see you on next Tuesday.
Okay.
Discuss what the next step there, sir.
Okay. So, just to make this clear, Your Honor, I'm sorry. They have 72 hours to get me today, Cochise County. If okay, and or if I bond out, then I will go to the court and make arrangements for my next hearing there.
Correct, sir.
Okay. Well, that's what I plan on doing. Because I didn't know that I still had another bond there. I thought I bailed out already on that, but I wasn't trying to fail you to appear.
I understand.
Okay.
I understand. I'm just gonna, I've got to honor the bond request that they're asking. for.
Right. Yeah, I apologize. Thank you.
One second, sir.
Yes, thank you. They should be putting me on that right now. Yeah, I got it. We've been working on it right now. That's what if I could figure this just to make sure. Was it 10,000 on this and the one there? So, and go back. Who'd you call?
So, sir, I'm getting information from the court. So we're gonna reset a review hearing for May 18th. That's 2 weeks. It's faster than was initially requested. But sir, because this is a felony, you will not be released in 72 hours if you don't post that bond. In order to be released, sir, you'll have to post that bond. Otherwise, sir, we'll see you in 2 weeks and discuss again what's gonna happen in terms of Cochise County coming to get you, sir. The jail will contact Cochise County and let them know that you're being held right now on a $10,000 bond. And I hope Cochise County will be coming and getting you very soon to deal with those charges, sir.
Okay, if they don't come to get me within the 2 weeks, then I just come back to court here, or and what would that resolve? Another 2 weeks, or
I don't know yet, sir. We'll cross that bridge when we have to, sir.
okay? Would it be possible to get released by then if they don't come get me?
It's possible.
What's the bond? But like the judge said, 72-hour requirement.
It's not no more. Okay.
Doesn't apply. Sorry, sir. My misunderstanding.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Your Honor, I'm sorry. Can you still hear me?
You're finished, sir. Yes.
Oh, well, if I have my people post this right now, I can get out right now, right? I don't need
Yeah,
another court date.
you're held on a bond, sir. Once you post that bond, you're done.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Going all the way around Seattle. Fights. First man on the. Workers.
Officer Horn, do we have all these in the courtroom now?
We actually do not, Your Honor. I have several sets of keep separate, so I've got like 3 in separate rooms on the misdemeanor side.
For those of you who are here, the time set for your initial appearance, we're going to go over your charges and release conditions. Before we do that, you are presumed innocent. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. Sir, will you please state your name?
Alessandro Baez, BAEZ.
All right, Mr. Baez, I'm seeing you here, sir, on charges of disorderly conduct and aggravated assault. Sir, I'm going to release you on your promise to appear. You're going to have court on June 2nd at 8:30 a.m. in Sahuarita Municipal Court. All right, sir?
Yes.
All right, for your cue.
Orcus.
Name, please. Your name, please.
Armando Borges.
Jorge, I'm seeing you on two different cases that are two different courthouses for possession of paraphernalia. In Oro Valley, sir, I'm going to release you on your promise to go to court. You're going to have court June 3rd at 10:30 a.m.
Yes, sir.
On the Pima County case, sir, this is Pima County Justice Court. You're going to have court on June 2nd at 9 a.m. You'll be released on your promise to go to court on both those dates, sir. If you do not appear, warrants will issue for your arrest. All right, sir?
Sounds good. Thank you, Your Honor.
Cassidy?
Name, please, sir?
Caleb Cassidy.
Cassidy, I'm seeing you on charges of domestic violence, disorderly conduct. Sir, I'm going to release you on your promise to go to court. You're going to court June 2nd at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Pesquera in Pima County Justice Court. Understood, sir?
Yes, sir. It was June 2nd at 9 a.m.
Sure.
All right, thank you so much.
Mr. Gilmore. We're gonna get paid more time too. Oh, yeah.
Your name, please, sir.
Russell Shane Gilmore.
Gilmore, I'm seeing you on charges of domestic violence assault. Sir, I'm going to release you on your promise to go to court on June 3rd at 10:30 a.m. in Oro Valley City Court. All right, sir?
Yes, sir. Okay. All right.
Okay. That's your excuse, sir.
Thank you. So June 3rd at 10:30 a.m. Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Your name, please, sir?
Merton Headley.
Mr. Headley, I'm seeing you on charges of domestic violence assault. Sir, if I release you on your promise to go to court and your promise not to initiate any contact with the alleged victim, Christina Hadley, will that be a problem?
It will not, sir.
All right, I'm going to release you then, sir, not to initiate any contact with the alleged victim. You're going to have court June 2nd, 9 a.m. in front of Judge Miller in Pima County Justice Court. And with that, sir, you are excused.
Thank you.
Sir. Your name, please.
Have Leona Kaylee Rose Peters.
All right. Ms. Peters, I am seeing you here on charges of assault, domestic violence. Release you, will you promise to go to court on June 2nd?
Yes, sir.
I'll release your name on your promise to go to court June 2nd, 9 a.m. in front of Judge Steele, Pima County Justice Court. And with that, ma'am, you are excused.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
You too, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roger.
This one?
Yes.
Your name, please, ma'am.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Your name, please.
Lourdes Salazar?
Ma'am, this time set your initial appearance. We're going to go over your charges and release conditions. Before we do that, you are presumed innocent. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. I understand there is a victim on Microsoft Teams who wished to be heard. Could you please state your name and tell the court what you want the court to know? Is Trent Foreman on the phone, and did they want to be heard on this case?
Hello, this is Ben Gorman. I was gonna speak for Tazleona Peters.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Foreman. What did you want to say with, well, hold on, sir. Let me mute you again. Dale, I apologize. Can we call, I had this in the wrong one. Can we call, Tazleona Peters back into the chair?
Yes, Your Honor, give me 1 second.
Yeah.
I'm in favor of space.
I'm so sorry, Ms. Salazar.
Ms. Peters, can you put in that phone real quick? The judge wants you one more time.
Ms. Peters, I'm sorry. We have a victim on the line who wished to be heard and they have a constitutional right to do so. Sir, can you please state your name again and let the court know what you want the court to know?
Yes, my name is Trent Gorman. I just wanted to say a couple of things on behalf of Tazliona.
Okay,
Firstly, I believe Tazliona needs help, not to be locked up. She has many good things going for her that took a lot of time and effort to set up, including her full-time job and upcoming mental health appointments. I'm the only one who supports her and helps her set these things up. The blame shouldn't be solely on Taz because I also had a part to play in the matter. I was the one who physically grabbed Tazliona to stop her from trying to create space between us. All she did was try to get away from me. I now realize that that was wrong to do. I don't want Taz to get punished for something I instigated. I'm her only family, and I want to be there to help her. The last thing I want is for her to be all alone, either in jail or outside of jail. She belongs at home with her family, not in a cell. Thank you for your time and consideration, Your Honor.
thank you, sir. All right. Ms. Peters, your conditions of release remain the same. You will be released. There is not a no contact order, so you're welcome to return home, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Welcome, ma'am. Thank you, Mr. Gorman. I apologize for skipping over you as well, sir. You can be excused though.
No worries. Thank you.
Have a good day, sir. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Salazar. Right. That is the public defender. He's here from felonies.
Ms. Salazar, thank you for your patience. I apologize the confusion there. Ma'am, I am seeing you on charges of domestic violence, assault and domestic violence disorderly conduct. Yes, ma'am, I'm going to release you on your promise to go to court. You're going to have court at 9 a.m. on June 2nd in front of Judge Pesquera. That's in Pima County Justice Court. And with that, ma'am, you are excused.
Checks. And for other action or not. So, and
What I have. Oh, that's, yes, yeah. My mistake. Your name, please.
Giovanni Santana.
All right, Mr. Santana, I'm seeing you on charges of assault, domestic violence, and assault disorderly conduct. Sir, I'm going to release you on your promise to go to court. You're going to have court June 2nd, 9 a.m. in front of Judge Pesquera, Pima County Justice Court. And with that, sir, you're excused.
Appreciate it.
A lot of.
Can I approve?
that's it right there.
Ma'am, your name, please.
Christiana Villicano.
Filipano. This is the time set for initial appearance. Let's go over your charges and release conditions. But first, you are presumed innocent. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to hire an attorney. In this instance, ma'am, I'm going to appoint Christian Salter to represent you. His phone number is going to be included in some paperwork you get from the court. Ma'am, you're being seen today on charges of disorderly conduct, possession of paraphernalia, and false reporting to law enforcement. Given the information I have from pretrial services and from law enforcement, ma'am, I'm going to hold you on a $500 cash bond, set court for May 13th at 10:30 a.m. in Oro Valley City Court. 1 second, ma'am. I need to change the attorney though, because Christian Salter doesn't practice out there. 1 second. Oro Valley. All right, ma'am, I'm going to appoint Richard Glenn to represent you instead of Mr. Salter.
Okay.
1 second. I'm also going to order, ma'am, that you have no contact with the alleged victims and you not go back to their residence or their workplaces. That can be modified at a later date. Speak to Mr. Glenn if that's the only place you have to live, and Mr. Glenn can discuss that with you.
I'm leaving tomorrow or the next day, and my dad has to drive me to the airport, so.
Okay, well, right now you're being held on a bond, ma'am, and you can't leave the state of Arizona without permission from the court. So talk to the court if you need to leave the state of Arizona, ma'am, because we're not going to have permission until this case is resolved.
Okay, thank you. Am I being released?
No, ma'am, you're being held on a bond, ma'am.
For how long?
The bond is $500 cash. You're gonna have court May 13th. You can address that with the judge in Oro Valley City Court on May 13th, ma'am. And with that, ma'am, you're excused.
Come on, Mr. What else?
Your name, please.
Casey Jordan Beamer.
Beamer, this is the time set for initial appearance. We're going to go over your charges and conditions of release. Before we do that, know that you are presumed innocent. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. In this instance, sir, I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and give me 1 minute, sir, to grab your file here.
Okay.
Good morning. Beamer, I continue on charges of possession of and possession of drug paraphernalia. Asking that I release international services. So that was my inclination. I'm gonna release.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Hey, JL, it's really loud in there. Can we try to figure out what's going on?
Sorry, Your Honor, that was just some backbeat on the radio.
Oh, thank you, Officer Horn. All right. So, Mr. Beamer, I'm going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services. You'll be released today with contact information for pretrial services. You're ordered to do whatever they ask you to do. You're going to have court on May 26th at 1:30 p.m., sir. That court date's unlikely to go, so please stay in touch with pretrial and your attorney with regards to what to expect next. And with that, sir, you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
This information for the call trial services make it out. So as the information for the main that.
Can I write down May 26 right here? Or
It's right there.
oh, okay. Thank you. Wait, so another question. So he said that that court date might change.
Yeah, so that is what's the preliminary hearing. So,
Sorry.
so generally your presence isn't ready. It's just a deadline for the state to either indict the case or move on. But you'll have, if they indict the case, another hearing called an arraignment bill after that. So that's what he's telling you to keep in touch with your.
So on this date, call them.
Calling point.
Oh, okay. Like within like tomorrow or something.
Yeah, so call pretrial services first and then call public defender the next few days, because they'll take a moment to figure out exactly which public defenders.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Your Honor. Please.
Well, did someone?
No, I just.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
Good eyes.
Barbara DeWitt.
This is the time for initial appearance. We're gonna go over your charges and release conditions. Before we do that, know that you're advised, know that you have the right to remain silent. You are presumed innocent. You have the right to an attorney. I'm gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you, ma'am. I am seeing you right now in charges of burglary in the 3rd degree and domestic violence, criminal damage. These are felony charges. Ma'am, I'm gonna release you on your promise, I'm gonna release you to pretrial services with your promise to go to court. You're gonna have court on May 26th at 1:30 PM. That is unlikely to go, so please stay in touch with pretrial services as well as your attorney at the PD's office to know when your court date is. Ma'am, I'm also gonna order that you have no contact with the alleged victim and not go to their residence or their workplace. Understood?
Yes, understand.
All right, ma'am.
Thank you.
And you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So this has services now, so you should call the clear down as your release. In a few days, when the defender signed you by then, they'll give you a better sense if the state ends up happening, like, different.
Okay, so, okay, I understand. All right, thank you, sir.
Of course.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, let's do it.
Any questions? Yes, sir.
Your name, please, sir.
What was that, Your Honor?
What's your name, please, sir?
Richard?
Is it Richard Fisher?
Yes, Richard Fisher.
Mr. Fisher, I'm seeing you today for your initial appearance. We're gonna go over your charges and release conditions. Before we do that, let me advise you, you are presumed innocent. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. Sir, I'm gonna appoint Sarah Wright to represent you on these charges. The charges are 2 counts of child abuse, 6 counts of endangerment, and 2 counts of criminal damage. The state, sir, is asking that I hold you without the ability to post bond. To do that, sir, I need to set a hearing for May 11th so that you can have counsel at that time. And the state can determine whether or not they can prove that you shall be held without the ability to post bond. So that will be on May 11th at 1:30 PM. You're also going to have a preliminary hearing on, May 18th at 1:30 PM. So, sir, you're going to be held in jail until court on May 11th, at which time you'll speak to your attorney regarding what to expect on that date and future dates. All right, sir?
Yes.
And
So-
sir, I'm also going to order no contact with any alleged victims of these charges. Any questions, sir?
What was it?
I'm going to order no contact with any alleged victims. Your court date, sir, is May 11th. You have a preliminary hearing on May 18th. Your attorney, Sarah Wright, will explain all of this to you, sir.
Okay.
All right, so you're excused.
So the victim in this case versus the.
Wait, what happened?
Okay, so it starts today, right? They're just saying that you'll have another court hearing on the 11th to determine whether or not you're going to get a bond. The reason that they're setting a separate hearing is because they need to provide police reports to your attorney so that she can review them and make an argument for why you should get a bond. So at least for today, that's the purpose.
Then, what was it?
So that would be a better question for Ms. Ryan, because like I said, at this juncture, right, the judge has already done the part that needs to do today. You still have ultimately more details than I have.
And then I just call my wife. Okay.
And so I would talk to Ms. Wright first, and then, that would be a better sense of who you can't talk to, okay?
Okay, and then we. Honestly, yeah. Thank you. Is that it, Your Honor?
Over. Your name, please, ma'am.
Lorraine Lopez.
All right, Ms. Lopez, I'm seeing you on 3 different cases, 1 felony and what appears to be 2 misdemeanors. This is the time set for your initial appearance. We're gonna go over your charges and conditions of release. Before we do that, you are advised that you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You are also presumed innocent. Ma'am, the felony charges are child abuse, ag DUI, and criminal damage. The state, ma'am, is asking me to hold you on a $15,000 bond. My inclination, counsel, was a $10,000 bond, plus orders to consume no alcohol or illegal drugs. Does either party wish to be heard?
Nothing further from the state, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Salas?
Your Honor, given the circumstances, we would also accept the $10,000 bond in this case.
Ma'am, I will hold you on that $10,000 cash or secured bond. I'm going to set court for May 18th at 1:30 p.m. That court date's unlikely to go, ma'am. I'm going to appoint the PD's office to represent you, as I said. Speak to your attorney, ma'am, about what to expect in the next couple of weeks with these charges, all right? On your misdemeanor matters, ma'am. One is from South Tucson. It's for failing to appear for driving under a license. I'm going to hold you on a $500 cash or secured bond. Set court for May 7th at 10 a.m. and appoint Mr. Michael Vaughn to represent you on that matter, ma'am. You also have the Justice Court case, ma'am, for failing to appear for a driving license. I'm going to impose a $500 bond on that case as well. Also set court for May 7th at 1 p.m. and appoint William Parvin to represent on that matter, ma'am. So 3 different courthouses, 3 court dates, 3 different attorneys. Make sure you stay in touch with your attorneys, ma'am, and they'll explain this case, okay?
Okay.
All right, ma'am.
Sorry. But he was cutting out a little bit, but essentially, so on your 2 misdemeanor cases, you'll go to court the 7th, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. And you have 2 different attorneys there, William Parvin and Michael Vaughn. You have $500 bonds on each of those. And you have a $10,000 bond on the felony case. For that, you're being represented by the public defender's office. And this is the next thing, but won't necessarily be, won't necessarily happen. So just give them a call in a couple of days. They give you a better sense of what's going on. Make sure there's Mr. Parvin as well as well, okay?
Oh. All right, Bruce. Brown Citizen.
Name, please, sir.
Frank Torres Cruz, morning.
Morning, sir. All right, Mr. Torres Cruz. This is the time set for initial appearance. We're going to go over your charges and conditions of release. Before we do that, you are presumed innocent. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to an attorney, sir. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you in this case. Your charges, sir, are 1 count of child abuse, 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia. The state's asking that I hold you on a $5,000 bond. My inclination, counsel, was to release Mr. Torres Cruz to the supervision of pretrial services with orders to possess no alcohol or illegal drugs. Ms. Goodman, did you want to be heard any further though, ma'am?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Torres Cruz, if DCS is involved, I'm also going to order you comply with DCS. So if
Yes,
they
sir.
say you can have contact with your child, you can. If they say you cannot, then you need to find somewhere else to live if that's where your child's living. Your court date, sir, is going to be May 26th at 1:30 p.m. That court date, sir, is unlikely to go. So please reach out to your public defender in the next couple of days with regards to what to expect and call pretrial immediately, and they'll let you know when your court dates are expected to be. All right, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, you are excused.
Then it's released today? Yes. So as soon as you're released, you call pretrial services. You call your public defender's office if you guys, like the judge said, there's any sort of DCS situation because the child was headed to go for, they might have to make arrangements for us.
Should we stay there? She can stay at the she has her own house.
Okay.
They're separated, so.
Okay, good.
So we'll be fine.
Such and such, or just pretrial services.
Thank you. Thank you, Honor.
By what?
Okay.
Keeper.
Hey, Anthony, before we have all the felonies come in, or when we do, I'll make an announcement that you can talk to them afterwards if you want to, just so we can keep moving. Is that all right?
That's fine, yeah.
You're very polite, very kind, and you want to give everybody your time. I just want to make sure that everybody else's time is understood as well, sir. Thank you, Anthony. Your name, please, sir.
Timothy James Kiefer.
Keeper, this is the time set for initial appearance. We're going to go over your charges and release conditions. Before we do that, let me advise you that you are presumed innocent. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. All right, sir, I'm seeing you right now on charges of domestic violence, aggravated assault, strangulation, and domestic violence kidnapping. I'm going to order the public defender's office to be appointed to represent you. The state, sir, is asking that I impose a $50,000 bond. Counsel, that was my inclination before I saw the recommendation. Mr. Salas, did you want to be heard with regards to bond, sir?
What the?
Yes, Your Honor. So we would ask that you consider a more nominal bond than 50,000. Mr. Keeper is a lifelong resident of the community. He has a mother in town who is willing to take third-party custody of him and help him out with housing. And he's currently self-employed as a landscaper.
Mr. Keeper, given the charges, given the allegation that you were on probation of this case or at this time, I am going to impose the requested $50,000 cash or secured bond. I'm also going to order, sir, no contact with the alleged victim in this case. You may not go to their residence or their workplace. Your court date, sir, will be May 18th at 1:30 p.m. That court date, sir, is unlikely to go. You will have an attorney come out and speak to you shortly. They will explain to you what to expect in the next few weeks. And sir, with that, you are
Fucking serious. What in the fuck? Kidnapping. Anderson, you're up to fucking
your name, please, sir.
Christopher Anderson.
Give me 1 minute. I want to make a general announcement, Mr. Anderson, but I want to make sure that we have everybody else in the courtroom, and I see that.
No, Your Honor, it's just him for right now.
All right, Mr. Anderson, this is the time set for initial appearance. We're going to go over your charges as well as conditions of release. Before we do that, let me advise you that you are presumed innocent. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to give me 1 second, Mr. Anderson. Mari, I don't have anybody on listed from OCAC yet. Do we know who? That's fine. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you, Mr. Anderson. You're being seen on charges of possession of dangerous drugs, possession of narcotic drugs, and possession of drug paraphernalia. The state's asking that instead of holding you, sir, without the ability to post bond, that I hold you on a $10,000 bond. Counsel, my inclination was actually higher than that, given the allegations. So I'm willing to do the $10,000 cash or secured bond. Mr. Salas, did you want to be heard, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. So we would ask that you reconsider, just given the fact that this is a nonviolent offense. Mr. Anderson is a lifelong resident of the community. My understanding is that he is steps eligible, so we would ask that you set a steps hearing. And again, he's employed as a construction worker and he has a girlfriend in town who can take third-party custody of him.
Yeah, I will set a steps hearing. I understand your arguments, Mr. Salas. Given the prior offenses that Mr. Anderson is allegedly on release for, I'm going to impose a $10,000 cash or secured bond. I will set a step screening for May 13th, as well as a preliminary hearing for May 18th. Sir, if you're brought to jail on May 13th, I would suggest you go and see if you are eligible for steps. However, you're also going to have a preliminary hearing on May 18th, which is unlikely to go. So please speak to your attorney with regards to what to expect in the intervening weeks, sir. And with that, you are excused. Yes. Hey, jail, we need a couple of minutes while my clerks switch out. Are we bringing in?
That's fine, Your Honor.
Bringing the felonies, Officer Horn?
Yes, but there's gonna be a bunch of keep separates again. Counsel, can you hear me?
He said
I
that
heard
he,
you. I'm shaking my head in disbelief, Mr. Horn. Oh, can I do, yeah. Bye, Marty. We can, sure, fine. We can go on record. Officer Horn, who do we have in the courtroom right now, sir?
We have the majority, Your Honor. I have one of the Beamers
Yep.
and McKee and Miranda and Stevenson still in rooms, just because they're keep separates.
All right. You have Mr. Beamer, Miss Stevenson. Who else, sir?
Miranda Jose and Julian McKee
Thank you.
and a Sebastian Fimbres.
Yes, thank you, sir. All right. All right. So for those of you who are in court today, this is the time set for your initial appearance. We're going to go over your charges as well as your conditions of release. Before we do that, know that you are all presumed innocent. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. Before we go over your charges and conditions of release, know that I've reviewed information from law enforcement, from pretrial services, and I'll be taking arguments from the state, who's represented by Ms. Goodman. She's on Microsoft Teams, as well as your attorney, Mr. Salas. He's with the PD's office. He's going to be sitting next to you right now. I'm going to give you a lot of information. Mr. Salas will be writing down this information with regards to your court dates, your attorneys, and who to contact. If you have questions about your case, address that with your attorney once you're excused. Give them a couple of days to give them a call, as it will take a bit to get somebody to speak to. If you have questions to me, please ask those to Mr. Salas before you speak on the camera. Everything you say is being recorded and broadcast over the internet. Your name, please, sir.
Adrian Baez.
Baez, I am seeing you on a couple of different cases. On the felony charges, sir, I am seeing you on charges of organized retail theft. That's 17 counts of that, aggravated shoplifting and or 2 counts of aggravated shoplifting. The state, sir, is asking for a $30,000 bond. Both counsel, my inclination was a $20,000 bond plus orders to not go to any Walgreens while these cases are pending. Does other party wish to be heard?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Salas?
given the court's inclination, no, Your Honor.
Mr. Baez, I'm gonna hold you on that $20,000 cash or secured bond. No going to any Walgreens. I'm wanting the PD's office to represent you. Your next court date, sir, is May 18th at 1:30 p.m. That court date is unlikely to go, so please reach out to your attorney in a couple of days to find out what to expect. Sir, I'm also seeing you on some city court cases. Because of that bond, I'm gonna set a non-transport review hearing for June 12th at 9 a.m. Appoint the city PD to represent you and release you on the city court case, largely, sir, so that you don't need to go to 2 different courthouses for two different cases at this time. The city PD will advocate for you without your presence on these two city court cases, which are both going to appear for possession of paraphernalia charges. And with that, sir, you're excused.
Thank you. Barrett.
Your name, please.
David Barrett.
Barrett, I am seeing you on two felony charges. These are for being a prohibited possessor, as well as for domestic violence, aggravated assault. The state, sir, is asking that I hold you on bonds of $20,000, sir, for the aggravated assault and $10,000 on the prohibited possessor charge. Counsel, that was actually my inclination, believe it or not. So, Mr. Salas, did you want to be heard, sir?
Yes, Your Honor, we would ask that you consider a more nominal bond in both matters. We would ask that you just consider Mr. Barrett's advanced age at 61, the fact that he only has one prior, which was a DUI from 1988, and that he's employed full-time as a roadside specialist.
I have some concerns for the alleged victim in this case, which is why I'm going to honor the state's recommendation of the $20,000 bond on the aggravated assault charge and the $10,000 bond on the prohibited possessor charge. I'm also going to order Mr. Barrett no contact with the alleged victim. You may not go to their residence or workplace. You may not consume alcohol or illegal drugs, and you must surrender any firearms in your possession to TPD or PCSO upon release if you do post these bonds, sir. Your next court date, sir, is going to be May 18th at 1:30 p.m. on both cases. I'm also appointing the PD's office on both cases to represent you. Your attorney will be up to speak with you in a couple of days to explain what the next process is, sir. And with that, sir, you are excused.
How do I do? Thank you. So I'm done?
You're done, sir.
Pima.
Are you sorry?
Yes.
Mr. Beamer, I am seeing you today on charges of possession of narcotic drug for sale, possession of dangerous drugs for sale, and possession of drug paraphernalia. The state's asking, sir, that I release you to pretrial services. That was my inclination. Mr. Beamer, your attorney is going to be the LD's office, a legal defender. Your next court date, sir, will be May 26th at 1:30 p.m. Please reach out to your attorney as well as pretrial services to whom you are released, and they will make sure that you know when your next court date is, because that May 26th court date, sir, is unlikely to go. All right, sir?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
He's also writing down some numbers there. You can give those numbers a call, sir. And with that, you're excused.
Sorry, call the witness.
As soon as you're released.
Call pretrial when you're released, sir. They'll talk to you. Call your attorney's office in a couple of days.
Will I be released?
Yes, sir.
It's the next week.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So sorry.
Your name, please, sir?
Broussard Jr.
Broussard, I am seeing you today on charges of possession of a narcotic drug for sale, possession of a dangerous drug, possession of paraphernalia, criminal damage, and driving under the influence. The state, sir, on the felony charges is asking for a $15,000 bond. Mr. Salas, do you want to be heard, sir, before I set conditions of release?
Yes, Your Honor. We would ask that you impose a more nominal bond than 15,000. Again, recognizing Mr. Broussard's indigent status, the fact that it's a nonviolent offense, the fact that he's been in the community for 38 years. So we would ask that you consider all of that as well.
All right. Mr. Broussard, I will impose a $10,000 cap for secured bond. Give me 1 second, sir. No, hold on, sir. Law enforcement's also asking for a high bond. They're alleging that you were under community supervision. Is there a DOC hold jail?
We're not showing one, Your Honor.
All right, I'm gonna go with the state's recommendation of a $15,000 cash or secured bond. Your court date, sir, will be May 18th at 1:30 PM. That court date, sir, is unlikely to go. Please speak to your attorney, the PD's office, with regards to what to expect over the next couple of weeks. Sir, I also have you on some city court charges. That is the criminal damage and the DUI. I am going to point the city PD on this case. I'm going to hold you on a $1,000 cash and secured bond. Set court, sir, for May 15th at 1:45 PM in front of Judge Maldonado. And with that, sir, sorry, let me enter plea of not guilty on your behalf on the city court case. And with that, sir, you are excused.
Except your, excuse, this is yes.
Carvajal.
Your name, please, sir?
Michael Carvajal.
All right, Mr. Carvajal, I'm seeing you on felony charges as well as a lot of city court charges. On the felony charges, sir, and a justice court charge as well, sir. On the felony charge, sir, I'm seeing you on charges of burglary in the first degree, criminal damage, and possession of drug paraphernalia. State's asking for a $20,000 bond. Counsel, my inclination was a $10,000 bond, cash is secured, with orders not to go to the alleged victim's residence or workplace and to have no contact with the alleged victims. Does the other party wish to be heard?
Your Honor.
Given the court's inclination, no, Your Honor.
Counsel, I'm going to point the PD's office to represent you, Mr. Carvajal. Set court for May 18th at 1:30 PM. That court is unlikely to go, sir, so please stay in touch with your attorney to know what to expect. On the city court cases, sir, I have it looks like 12 or 13 failure to appear, sir, for city court charges ranging from possession of paraphernalia, criminal trespass, theft, soliciting. That looks to be about the extent of the charges, sir. It's just multiple counts on all of these. Sir, I'm going to hold you on a $1,000 bond on these charges. Set court for May 15th at 1:45 PM in front of Judge Hale. Appoint the city PD's office to represent you, sir, and enter plea of not guilty on your behalf on all the city court charges, sir. Last, sir, on the justice court charges, these are charges of failing to appear for a charge of criminal damage. I'm going to set a court date for May 18th at 9 AM. I'm going to appoint William Harvin to represent you. Set a bond of $1,000 cash or secured. And order no contact with the alleged victim. Give me 1 second, sir. Hold on. My apologies, counsel. I cannot appoint an attorney. This is an Ironwood Justice Court case in Gila Bend, Arizona. So, sir, I'm going to hold you on a $1,000 cash or secured bond. And set court for May 18th still. I'm not sure what to expect on these charges, sir, as you're being held on other charges. Once you resolve the Pima County cases, my understanding is then we'll be dealing with the Gila Bend cases, sir, with regards to that bond. If you're not picked up on that bond within 72 hours, sir, of being released on all Pima County cases, you'll be released on the Gila Bend case, sir, with orders to make it to Gila Bend to deal with these criminal damage charges. All right, with that, sir, you are excused.
Sir, far left hand side, left. You, sir, have a seat. Thank you.
Your name, please, sir.
Adam De La Cerda.
De La Cerda, I'm seeing you on charges of disorderly conduct, recklessly displaying a deadly weapon. Counsel, my inclination was to, sorry, let me start with this first. Mr. De La Cerda, the state's asking for a $5,000 bond. Counsel, my inclination was to order Mr. De La Cerda released to pretrial services with orders not to possess firearms and to surrender any firearms in his possession or ownership to TPD or PCSO within 24 hours of his release, and to have no contact with the alleged victims. Ms. Goodman, did you want to be heard, ma'am?
Your Honor, with the court's inclination and the court's conditions, I have no objection. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Goodman. All right. Mr. De La Cerda, did you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
You'll be released to pretrial services. You must surrender any firearms in your ownership to TPD or PCSO within 24 hours of your release for the pendency of these charges. No contact with the alleged victims. Your next court date, sir, is going to be May 26th at 1:30 p.m. That court date's unlikely to go, sir. So please stay in touch with pretrial services as well as your attorney, the PD, to know when you are expected to be in court. All right, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right, sir, you're excused.
Julie, please.
Your name, please, sir.
Julian Fimbres.
All right, Mr. Fimbres, I am seeing you on 2 different charges for unlawful flight, class 5 felonies. State's asking that I release you to pretrial services. That was my inclination. So, sir, you're going to have court on May 26th at 1:30 p.m. I'm going to appoint the PD's office to represent you. Please stay in touch with pretrial services so you can know when to expect to go to court. Understood, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, sir, you are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor. Hey, open the door to 41 Center too. Your name. So the one foot. Show yet. A little bit. Hour. Right now. Sir. You want to do this? Sir. Send the Rogers. What was it? Send the Rogers.
Your name, please, sir. Sir, your name.
Sebastian Fimbres.
Mr. Fimbres, this is the time set for initial appearance. We're going to go over your charges and release conditions. Before we do that, know that you are presumed innocent. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. Sir, I'm going to appoint the legal defender's office to represent you on these charges. The charges are 2 counts of unlawful flight from law enforcement. I'm going to release you, sir, on your promise to go to court. Sorry, let me release you, sir, to pretrial services as well as your promise to go to court. You're going to have court, sir, on May 26th at 1:30 p.m. That court date, sir, is unlikely to go, so please stay in touch with pretrial services as well as your attorney to know when you are expected to be in court. Understood, sir? Sure. All right, sir. With that, you're excused.
Amy Lee.
Your name, please, ma'am.
Amy Lee.
Ms. Lee, I am seeing you on charges of possession of narcotic drug, possession of drug paraphernalia. Ms. Goodman, is there Oh, and promoting prison contraband. Okay, I apologize. The state's asking that I release you to pretrial services. That was my inclination. I'm gonna appoint the PD's office to represent you, release you to pretrial services. Set court, ma'am, for May 26th at 1:30 PM. That court date, ma'am, is unlikely to go, so please reach out to pretrial services upon your release, and they'll let you know when you're expected to go to court. Understood, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, excuse.
And she's excused, right, Your Honor?
He is, Anthony. Thank you. Go ahead, ma'am.
Malone.
Your name, please, ma'am.
Elizabeth Malone.
All right, Malone, I'm seeing you on one charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Ma'am, the state's asking for a $75,000 bond. Counsel, I am inclined to impose a bond on Ms. Malone, but I was not inclined to impose one that was that high. Mr. Salas, did you want to be heard before I do that?
Yes, please, Your Honor. We appreciate the court's inclination to impose a lower bond, and we ask that the court consider Ms. Malone's indigent status. She has been in the community for 12 and a half years, and she does have a friend who's willing to assume third-party custody, so she has some roots in the community. I will also note that she has no priors. She had one prior that was designated a misdemeanor and set aside, but technically speaking, that means that she has no felony priors on her record. So we would ask that the court consider all of those things in imposing the bond.
Thank you. So, could we expect a rate to
Ms. Goodman, my inclination is a $10,000 cash or secured bond, but before I impose bond, given that it's much lower than your recommendation, did you want to be heard further, Ms. Goodman?
Yes, Your Honor, the only basis for the higher bond was on the location of the injuries, Your Honor. That was the main concern.
All right. Over the fifth objection, I'm going to impose a $10,000 cash and secured bond. Order no contact with the alleged victim. You may not go to their residence or workplace if you do post bond. I'm going to appoint the PD's office to represent you, Ms. Malone, and set court for May 18th at 1:30 PM. That court day may or may not go. Please reach out to your attorney with regards to what to expect in the next couple of weeks, ma'am. And with that, you're excused, ma'am.
So they could have said, but you stop.
Your name, please, ma'am.
Brianna Marcinko.
All right, Ms. Martinka, I'm seeing you on two different cases. Some offenses are alleged to have occurred on February 9th, others on November 7th of 2025. So let me start with the post indictment matter, man. There's one matter which you've been indicted on, CR 2026-0348. There was a felony warrant, ma'am, for your arrest on that case of $5,000. My inclination would be to impose that requested bond. Mr. Salas, did you want to be heard further before we move on to the second matter?
Yes, Your Honor. I would just like to state that Ms. Marcinko, this is a nonviolent offense. She's a lifelong member of the community, and she does have family in town who's willing to assume third-party custody of her. So we'd ask that you consider that in imposing your policy.
Ms. Martinka, I'm going to impose a $5,000 bond on the warrant case. It looks like you were initially released to pretrial services and not compliant. So the judge issued that $5,000 bond. There's also a detainer placed on you by adult probation. So even if you do post a bond, you will not be released. And you're pending in CR. This is the case you're pending in. Okay. Ma'am, I'm going to appoint Andrew Ross to represent you. His phone number is going to be included in the paperwork you get from the court. You're going to have an arraignment on May 13th at 1:30 PM in Pima County Superior Court. On your post-indictment matter. On your new charges, ma'am, this is 17 counts of the organized retail theft, trafficking, intent to facilitate shoplifting and shoplifting. The state's asking for a $30,000 bond in lieu of holding you without the ability to post bond. Would be a $15,000 bond. Ms. Goodman, did you want to be heard further?
I know, Your Honor, considering that's also the co-defendant matter and the probation hold. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Salas, do you want to be heard further, sir?
No, I would just submit on the argument that I made before, Your Honor, again, asking for a more nominal bond.
Okay. Ms. Martinka, I'm going to hold you on a $15,000 cash or secured bond set court for May 18th at 1:30 p.m. Again, appoint Andrew Ross. Order that you not go back to any incident location where you've committed shoplifting or organized retail theft. And let you know, ma'am, that May 18th court date is unlikely to go, so please reach out to Mr. Ross to find out when you're expected to be in court, if you do happen to post these bonds. Although, again, ma'am, it looks like because there's a probation hold on you, posting these bonds would not warrant your release. You would just be held on the probation matter, so it would just be a waste of money. So my suggestion would be don't post bonds until you can speak to Mr. Ross about moving forward, all right?
Okay.
Ma'am, you're excused.
McKee. 17. Yes, sir.
Your name, please?
Julian McKee.
Mr. McKee, I'm seeing you on charges of possession of a dangerous drug and possession of drug paraphernalia.
Yes, sir.
Law enforcement, sir, is asking that I impose a bond on you because they're alleging you're on felony probation. That there was significant amounts of ammunition and body armor located in your home. State's asking for a $5,000 bond plus a steps hearing. Counsel, my inclination was higher given the information from law enforcement as well as Mr. McKee's, as well as what I saw from Mr. McKee's pretrial services workup. Mr. Salas and Ms. Goodman, did you all want to be heard further?
Your Honor, just note, I'll defer to the court if the court's considering a higher bond. Thank you.
Your Honor, we would request that you consider release to pretrial services. I know that that is some distance away from what you're considering, but we would ask that you consider that this is a nonviolent offense. He is steps eligible. He's employed full-time as a fast food worker and does appear to have some housing. He also doesn't have any priors and is 19 years old, Your Honor. Well, he has a...
I'm no federal probation or nothing either.
Yes, and again, he has no prior felony convictions. While he does have a juvenile record, again, no adult felonies at this time. So, given all of those factors, we would ask that you consider giving him a shot at on pretrial services release. We thank the court for its consideration.
Give me 1 second, Mr. Salas. Thank you. Ms. Goodman, do you have any information? Pretrial services does not have any information regarding the federal probation allegations that law enforcement's referencing. I don't know if you have any information. Do you, ma'am?
Not this time, Your Honor. I did run a review on his criminal history, which is similar to the information from pretrial service, but that is mostly local state information. So that's the information in the interim, Your Honor, referencing the federal probation. I also obtained that from the interim, but that's the information I can provide the court. I also do I would note, Your Honor, that the court can still consider a bond in this matter as there is that information which can potentially be pending felony, federal charges pending.
All right. Given that I don't have enough information on the federal case, which was quite frankly my full reason for the bond, I am going to go over the state's objection. I'm going to release you, sir, to pretrial services. You're going to have court on May 26th at 1:30 p.m. That court date is unlikely to go. I'm going to point.
May 26th, you said, sir? May 26th, 1:30?
Dallas is writing all this down, sir. That court is unlikely to go. Please stay in touch with your attorney as well as pretrial services. Sir, I'm going to order that you not possess any firearms, weapons, body armor, or ammunition, and that you surrender the same to PCSO or TPD within 24 hours of your release, sir.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you and your time, Your Honor.
And just confirming, Your Honor, it's the public defender's office that's been appointed, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate you for sharing.
All right.
Keep this. Keep this. You ready to go?
But what are these?
Next vote?
20.
So now I just wait. And I get my phone on now, so I haven't gotten it yet.
Well, we'll talk about that.
Thanks, Anthony.
Yeah. Thank you.
Your name, please.
Jose Miranda.
Miranda, I'm seeing you on a couple different cases, 2 felonies, as well as a city court charge. The felonies, sir, are. All right. What we have, sir, is on May 1st, you're alleged to have possessed narcotic drugs for sale and possessed paraphernalia. On May 5th, possessed narcotic drugs for sale and possessed paraphernalia. And then some misdemeanors for disorderly conduct, domestic violence, and domestic violence assault from October of 25, sir. On the felony charges, sir, the state's asking for a $15,000 bond and a $5,000 bond. Council, my inclination was 2 $10,000 bonds on the felony matters. Does either party wish to be heard?
Oh, Your Honor, thank you.
Yes, Your Honor, just briefly, given the court's inclination, we do think that bonds in each matter is more appropriate, but we would ask that you consider lowering those bonds. Mr. Miranda is a lifelong member of the community. He does have family in town. Full-time as a Mason.
Understanding Mr. Salas's arguments, Mr. Miranda, the law enforcement is also asking for a high bond. They're asking for a high bond, sir, because of allegations that you were attempting to flee from law enforcement with a firearm and entering people's yards doing so. They thought you were a risk to the community. I'm going to impose the $10,000 bonds, sir. Set court, sir, for May 18th at 1:30 p.m. and appoint the PD's office. Those court dates are unlikely to go, sir, so please speak to your attorney about what to expect in the next few weeks, sir. On the city court matter, sir, I am going to set a review hearing on May 15th. At 1:30 p.m. in front of Judge Millian, and appoint the city PD's office and order no contact, sir, with the alleged victims in the misdemeanor domestic violence matters. And lastly, sir, I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf and impose a $1,000 bond on the city court matters, sir. With that, sir, your excuse.
They weren't going to make the for some reason. They still got TPD here. Older. And just was terrible. So I can't spend it out. So I should be able to think. I can help the way. Those phones don't make the.
All right.
Please, sir.
Your Honor, Damien Mona.
I am putting you on charges of possession of narcotic drug, unlawful use of means of transportation. The state asking I release you to pretrial services. That was my inclination. Sir, I'm going to appoint the legal defender's office to represent you, release you to pretrial services. So you'll need to contact them once you're released from the jail. Set court, sir, for May 26th at 1:30 p.m. That court date, sir, is unlikely to go, so please reach out to your attorney to know what to expect. I'm also going to order, sir, no contact in this case with the alleged victims. Understood, sir?
Okay. Yes, sir.
All right, sir, you're excused.
Thank you so much.
Really?
Yes. Oh,
Almost?
Of course, yeah, of course.
Come on, Toto. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Sir, your name, please.
Roman.
All right.
Your last name.
Palma Soto?
Yeah.
Mr. Palma Soto, I'm seeing you on a lot of charges, all right? Bear with me. We're gonna go over them all. You are presumed innocent. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. Are you tracking, sir? We can continue this tonight if you want to.
No,
So, counsel, before we even begin, Mr. Palma Soto is being held without bond in CR 2025 2498, just so we're all on the same page here. Mr. Palma Soto, I'm seeing you on, it looks like at least 5 different misdemeanors, as well as 1 felony count, sir. Let me start with the felony. State asking for a $10,000 bond in lieu of holding you without the ability to post bond. Mr. Salas, do you want to be heard on that?
Yes, Your Honor. Understanding that he's already being held no bond on something else, we would just ask that to impose a more nominal bond in this case, in case the no bond issue is dealt with. He does have family in town. He's a lifelong resident, and it's a nonviolent offense.
Over the defense's objection, I'm going to do the $10,000 cash or secured bond set court May 18th and appoint Gary Grinkowicz to represent Mr. Palma Soto on the felony matters. Let me move on to the Marana City Court case. This is 2 counts of shoplifting. I'm going to set court for May 6th at 12. Appoint somebody. Thanks. Appoint Janet Altschuler. Is that who you said? Thank you. Order not to return to the incident location and impose a bond of $1,000, cash or secured. One second. There it is, yeah. We'll set court for today at noon. Let me turn to the city court matter. Court matters. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on the city court matters. These are for charges of criminal trespass, possession of prescription drugs, drug paraphernalia, DUI, and resisting arrest. I'm going to appoint the city PD's office. Set bond of $1,000, cash is secured. Set court for May 15th in front of Judge Maldonado at 1:45 p.m. Now let me turn to the misdemeanor, the justice court matters.
Sorry, Your Honor,
Mr.
Yes,
Palmasoto.
Mr. Palmasoto?
Yes.
Okay,
You
he's
just
back.
stay awake for another 30 seconds, okay, sir?
Yes, sir.
Do your best there. All right.
All right.
On your justice court matter, sir, I'm gonna impose bond of $1,000 on these as well. I'm gonna appoint. Is Brinkowitz doing?
He's the felony attorney.
Yeah. OCAT contract for misdemeanors, right? Hold on. Just to make it a little easier for this gentleman. Yeah. Sir, I'm gonna appoint Gary Grinkowitz to represent you on the JP matters as well, just so you don't have multiple attorneys.
Okay.
Set court on this for May 7th at 1 p.m. in front of Judge Cornejo. And that will be on all three justice court matters. All right, Mr. Palmasoto, you are excused, sir. You can go to bed, sir. You can get your bed, sir.
That's one, Camacho. Sir. Done, right?
Yeah, he's done.
Out the door, sir.
Good, all right.
All right, your name, please, sir.
Jonathan Rascon Camacho.
All right, Mr. Rascon Camacho.
Yes, sir.
One second, sir. I don't have a file, right? Why don't I have a file? One second, sir.
Got no worries.
Oh, wait, here it is. Yeah, the cover sheet was wrong. That's why. That's my fault. All right. Mr. Rascon Camacho, I am seeing you on 3 different matters, 1 felony. And 2 misdemeanors, sir. On the felony, sir, I'm seeing you on charges of possession of a weapon and drug offense and possession of a narcotic drug. State's asking that I release you, sir, to pretrial services on that case. I will do that. I'm going to order, sir, that you not possess any firearms or weapons. You surrender any firearms or weapons in your ownership to TPD or PCSO within 24 hours of your release. Understood, sir?
Yes, sir.
Set court for May 26th at 1:30 p.m. and appoint the PD's office to represent you on these charges, sir.
Thank you, sir.
On your South Tucson matter, sir, I will release you on your promise to go to court You're gonna have court May 26th at 10 a.m. in South Tucson City Court. All right, sir?
Thank you, sir. Understood.
All right, and then lastly, sir, you have a justice court matter. This is for failing to appear for a theft charge. I'm gonna release you again, sir. You'll have court on June 2nd. At 9 a.m. in front of Judge Pesquera. All right, sir, 3 court dates, 3 different courthouses. Mr. Salas has written all that down for you, sir. Please go to court so you don't get more warrants out for your arrest, all right?
I'll take care of it.
All right,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your time. Paula.
Your name, please, ma'am.
Paula Stevenson.
All right, Ms. Stevenson, I'm seeing you on charges of burglary in the 3rd degree and criminal damage. The state is asking that I release you to pretrial services. That was my inclination. Ms. Stevenson, I'm gonna appoint the LD's office to represent you, release you to pretrial services. You're gonna have court May 26th at 1:30 p.m. That court date's unlikely to go, so please reach out to pretrial services and your attorney. Lastly, ma'am, I'm gonna order no contact with the alleged victims, and you may not go back to their residence or workplace. Understood?
Yes.
All right, ma'am. With that, you're excused.
So then when releasing them. What do I do now? Him?
Sure, ma'am.
Your name, please, sir.
Michael Tripp.
Mr. Tripp, I am seeing you on charges of possession of narcotic drug, possession of paraphernalia, and a misdemeanor DUI, sir. The state, sir, is asking for a $3,000 bond. Mr. Salas, what's your recommendation, sir?
I would ask that you consider a more nominal bond or in the alternative release to pretrial services, Your Honor. This is a nonviolent offense, and while Mr. Tripp does have priors, they're all consistent with, prior drug and property offenses, consistent with drug addiction. He is employed right now as a part-time tile setter, and I do believe he's steps eligible, so we would also request that he have a steps hearing set. He's been a member of the community for 36 years. So we'd ask that you consider all of that in imposing this.
Allegations, Mr. Tripp, that you were on federal probation at the time of the offense, although I don't see a hold.
That's it.
I'm going to impose a $1,000 cash or secured bond. I will set a steps screening. I don't know if you'll be transported if you're still in custody, sir. That screening, sir, will be on May 13th at 9 a.m. to see if you're eligible for the steps diversion program. If that's something you're interested in, sir, I would suggest you go to court on May 13th. You're gonna have a preliminary hearing, sir, for May 18th at 1:30 p.m. And if I haven't said so, I'm gonna appoint the PD's office to represent you on these matters, sir. On your justice court matter, sir. I'm gonna hold you on a $100 bond to make sure you're getting time credit. Set court for May 7th at 1 p.m. in front of Judge Cornejo. And appoint Mr. William Parvin to represent you on those matters, sir. Sir, with all of that, you are excused. Sorry.
So
Sir, talk to your attorneys and they'll walk you through the process, okay?
Thank you.
All right, sir, you're excused. Thanks, Anthony.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We can go off on this.